All right, she says we're live. Again, I forgot to go and fix the little issue I have with OBS taking over my camera, so I can't do the live streaming through YouTube right now and actually have my camera connect for some weird reason. I forgot to go and find out how to fix that. So anyone who saw the original thing pop up, I apologize. And here's where the review is. So what we're doing, we're doing something new that showed up in the NSLC, and this is Odin's Winter Ale from Uncle Leo's brewery. So apparently they have a summer version of this as well. I think I did see that and I didn't pick it up. Who knows? But this is made especially for our friends at Harvest Wine and Spirits, which is a private liquor store here in Nova Scotia. And it said for their 2019 Advent calendar for craft beers. And I guess now they're just selling it as a seasonal, I guess, starting this year. This traditional Norwegian farmhouse ale is a heartier version of our Odin Summer Ale, made with ground juniper and a centuries-old style of Kveik yeast. This ale is full-bodied, smooth, blah, 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 blah. It's a winter warmer, is what they classify it as, and it's at 6.4% alcohol by volume. I really do dig the can art on this. You can see in the background there's like trees and snow, and you got a sort of Celtic knot thing going on there. And the text is very sort of Celtic runic looking, I guess, would be the way to say it. Yeah, definitely the best looking label in the Uncle Leo's sort of thing here. Yeah, let's see if I can open this can. Oh, we see Craig from Kent Beers Review here saying, "Cheers, Lee. Loved your fuck book story post. It was ace. Glad you enjoyed it, sir." And he says he's drinking a port-infused stout. Wow. That'd be interesting. Have you reviewed that, or are you going to review that? So we'll pour this sucker and see what we think. And I probably got the worst possible glass for this. Not a glass of curves or anything. I'm drinking this out of a fucking whiskey tumbler. Nice color, though. Deep amber, some mahogany highlights. But mostly it's kind of like the caramelly amber copper color. And let's see. Craig says, yeah, posted yesterday. All right, I'm going to check that out. That sounds interesting, man. And we got Blue Nose Beer Reviews here saying, what's up? How are you doing, sir? Both two excellent UK beer tubers right now in my chat. Check their channels out. Of course, you have to copy and paste their names and put them in the search bar now. You can't just click on them anymore like you used to be able to do. For some reason, you can't do that anymore. Fuck you, YouTube. But yeah, we'll go right to the aroma for this fucker. Oh, we got Lady Lee. She's at work. Naughty girl sneaking in to say hi. Well, hello to you too. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of caramel malt sort of background on this. The juniper in it is there, but it's very small. It's kind of a general kind of herbal fruitiness is the sort of what you get from the juniper kind of thing. And I'm definitely getting that. Doesn't like outright smell like gin or anything like that, right? Because, gin, there's almost always something else going on, including the juniper. There's always like just a cavalcade of different spices and stuff and different herbs and all that shit, right? This is just a little bit of juniper in there, so it gives you a little bit of the Just gives you a little bit of that sort of juniper, fir tree, kind of wintry smell. We have beer for breakfast, facts for snacks in saying I love winter warmers. All right. So yeah, nothing super special on the smell. I definitely appreciate that this is a winter warmer that doesn't have your usual just bullshit like cinnamon and you know blackstrap molasses or whatever else kind of deramera sugar or whatever kind of thing. As much as I appreciate those things, it's just like almost everybody seems to do that. They just they just spice up their beer with the usual sort of baking spice ingredients or whatever, right? So here it's a little bit different on the aroma at the very least, and now we'll go to the taste. Cheers. It's not bad. So yeah, what we're getting here, almost medium bodied. It's fairly robust in that category. It's very much like caramelly amber ale kind of idea, like almost approaching like a red ale kind of in sort of the malt character. And then the juniper comes out, and you get a much more pronounced juniper in the taste than you actually get in the aroma. And it comes off a little spicy, and it comes off like spruce beer. And usually when you drink most like kind of spruce beers or like any sort of like fir tree based sort of specialty beer, they tend to like have one or two notes to them. They tend to just have like the actual fir tree spruciness, whatever you want to call it, there in it, and then they'll tend to have like a really intense like molasses taste. At least that's been my experience. Or they go really weird and they get very perfumey with like the fir tree to the point where it's cloying, and it's just not good. Here they have it really well balanced. I feel like both the just sort of the caramelish malt base here, the basically what could be a red ale if you take the juniper out of it, is really well balanced with the actual juniper that they have in here. Neither one's taking over. There's a nice dryness and again a little bit of spiciness in the actual finish of it. So it does give you the winter warming effect. It's definitely a good beer for this season. It drinks very easy. 6.4%. I wasn't expecting it not to. Good stuff. You get more of that fir tree in the finish. The malt sort of dies away a little bit. But yeah, there we go. Pour a little bit more here. So I think on this for my final thoughts. Yeah, so as a winter warmer, honestly, I kind of really like this better than most winter warmers I've had, because most of them tend to be just super spice bombs, right? Like they just tend to maybe go a little too overboard with the spices, like some of the more gaudy, like pumpkin ales and shit like that, and harvest ales will do sometimes. And that's not what I'm looking for. It's much more mild, much more subtle, but it still gives you the spiciness, and I, oh, excuse me, I value that a lot more from a beer in this sort of niche category. So, yeah, I'm going to give it actually a nice 9 as far as winter warmer goes. I like it. I like my beers simple, man. That might be a flaw of mine. You know, it's a personal preference thing. I tend to gravitate towards stuff that keeps it a lot more simpler and well rounded and nice. And this beer does that. It's got a nice spice to it. It works as a winter warmer. So style wise, I'm going to throw a 9 at it. Personal preference, I think I'm going to go 8.5 on it as well, because what made it a much more attractive winter warmer to me, style wise, also makes it a better drinker as far as I'm concerned. I could actually have like 2 or 3 of these in a night and not get overpowered by like excessive spiciness and just bullshit. This one's nice and mild. It fucking doesn't over encroach. It doesn't destroy your palate. So it works that way, and it also just works basically as a good solid ale, and it just has that little extra spice component to it. So I really like this, man. Really, really like this. So the Odin's Winter Ale from Uncle Leo's Brewery, and they shouldn't have called themselves the Uncle Leo's Brewery. They should have called themselves the Whiffin Brewery. That just sounds a bit better. That's a minor complaint. I mean, they are the Whiffin Brewery, but they call themselves Uncle Leo. That's the brand. They should just get rid of that brand. Yeah, but the Odin's Winter Ale, 9 for style, 8.5 for preference, and we have a comment from Harry here, Blue Nose Beer Review, so we'll show that. And he says, beginning of December, I went and did Paul and bought 200. Is that euros worth of barley wines and imperial stouts? It was worth it. Nice. Yeah, Paul and his every once in a while he gets some extra cash sitting around and he'll go crazy. All right. 200 euros worth of barley wines and imperial stouts. So you bought 5. You bought exactly 5 barley wines and imperial stouts. I get it. Yeah. But, yeah, review's over. Thanks to the people who watched and the people who will watch. And I'm going to cut out of here. I might actually do one more review tonight of another beer that I've bought several times now and sort of whiffed on fucking actually doing the review for. So I might come back with that. We'll see. But until then, cheers. And have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.